So there's a company quietly sitting at the center of every single AI data center being built right now. I would say not every single AI data center, but all the new software, all the new technology that's being built, they're building not just the chips, it's not just the servers, there's not just the semiconductor markets or even the construction, but people that actually know how that stuff works and can actually build those things together to configure the data center. So that's what we're going to be going over. Guys, I took a little break. I was uploading for 300 days straight here. And so needed to step away, recharge here, but we're back and we're never slowing down here on the channel. I like to do this. This is why we do it. I'm already up at market open. And if you guys ever want to tune on into those daily live trading sessions, we are there. You get to watch my entries, watch my exits, and just a heads up, we are restructuring the pricing soon. So if you want to lock that in before that happens, it's the second link in the description below. Don't sleep on it. TSSI is one of the companies that we've been following for quite some time. We've been covering this stock since as low as $5 a share, and we've seen it go to $31 a share, back down to about $5, $7 a share. And if you go back on the channel, you probably find somewhere between about 8 months to a year from before today where we were covering this stock, TSSI. Let's see, we go back to 2025 for sure. I would imagine we're back there, 2025 into November and probably further back than then. That they are an AI data center company we've been covering for a while. And so back in November around that time, they were actually around $7 a share. And throughout the year, they came into January, they actually started to rally and broke out slightly up to $17 a share by May. They had a huge dip down through May and then a recovery back to previous levels by June. And now they're back down here to this level around $11 a share. And I'm going to kind of walk through the process that we're going through with this company, why they are a top configurator in the data center markets. And also there's some things to watch that are kind of more high risk with this company that some people might also want to understand. Is that I would urge caution if you're looking at this company because they're such a small market cap. So just to review before we get into kind of what they do, or just so you kind of know what they do, I guess, get an idea. There's three things we look at. Number one, the market. So they're in the data center market. So they configure data centers. Number two, the analysis, which we'll talk about the financials, the news, and the fundamentals. And then number three is going to be the plan for this company, the risk to reward, and kind of how it's positioned right now for potential profit. First thing to realize from the market perspective, huge demand on data center services. They particularly are in the configuration service. So whether that means the software, the connecting of GPUs, installs, the full tech development that you need to have when you start a new data center or a new HPC campus, high performance computing campus, it's going to be heavily reliant on not just the building, not just the actual components, but then connecting those components. And that's kind of what they do. It's always going to be helpful to actually have an idea of top institutions that are buying the companies. And while AI is seeing a lot of demand from data centers, and this TSSI company builds and manufactures and processes a lot of the new requests for the technical maintenance of and building of these data centers. While it is kind of flying under the radar, it's pretty small market cap, you can actually see a list of all of the top major holders like BlackRock or Vanguard that are buying this company. And Moomoo makes it super easy to track these names. So I use this platform, Moomoo. Sometimes what people don't realize is that you can see mutual funds, hedge funds, individuals, private companies, public companies, even government pension funds. And right now you can get all of this information for free when you're using Moomoo. You can actually even get up to $1,000 in NVIDIA stock with qualifying deposits. All you have to do is just hit the first link in the description below or use the QR code on the screen to get started right now. The assets here and the financials, let's just take a step back, and you might want to get straight into what are the projections, where is it going? But if you understand this, it'll kind of show the integrity of the company. So first of all, you look over the last few quarters and they've had this lowering of liabilities. Their liabilities have declined by about $25 million per quarter. They've gone down. During that same time period, their assets have risen up. So they're healthy in the sense that they have a lot more assets than liabilities. When you look at their revenue, this is kind of what I'm focused on. A couple things that you like to see in a data center play or an AI company is that you start to see them turn a positive net income. And you kind of see that trajectory over the last few years. They've gone from negative net income, doing maybe just about 30 million a year, to slowly ramping, but almost this hockey stick exponential growth we've seen over the last few years, where their net income has become positive, and then their revenue has surged to $250 million in 2025. And in 2026, it seems that they're on track to meet or potentially surpass those levels, over $300 million in revenue with a positive net income. So a couple things to realize. Number one, with a positive net income is definitely important, because while we're in the data center market, AI markets, and this could be a very long cycle for the AI markets, and there's a lot of you could say optimism around AI and configuring these performance computing centers. The reality is that the income statement or seeing profits should be something that investors are considering, because if you have a market downturn, if you have a big correction and companies are in tough positions, or economy slows or anything like that, if they've been having a big negative net income and they aren't really seeing good profits, and they're really maybe investing heavy in R&D, and then the economy doesn't continue to roar on, that could be a concern, particularly for smaller companies like this, with just 317 million market cap. But they have a positive net income, they're growing in their revenue, and their market cap is actually pretty well aligned with, if you were going to be an investor similar to Benjamin Graham, the mentor for Warren Buffett, which is, if you're looking at a company and you see that their market cap is lower than that of their assets for the year, along with their revenues for the year, then you're looking at a company that is most likely undervalued. So what Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, does, there's a great book on this. There's a few books on this. You could look at Warren Buffett Speaks, or you could look at The Intelligent Investor. I believe that's Benjamin Graham. Or you could look at value investing. So there's trades that we like to play on this stock because it's volatile, and we'll get into that in the short term. There's some bouncing, there's some trends for sure. But if you're looking at the value side, which is important to align with the longer term, for the probability to increase, that even if it's a short-term trade, knowing that the value is good for the long term has an increase in the likelihood that you'd see institutional money flood in and you see more buys. And so what the philosophy says here is that if their revenue in the year is about 300 million, 250 to 300 million dollars, and their equity alone, not their 150 million in assets, but just their equity at around 80 million, basically puts those things two together at about 380 million to as high as, if you include assets as a whole, we're talking, up to 450 million. And their current market cap's just 317 million. And so they have a positive net income. They're already doing $55 million per quarter positive net income. And that's a really good indication that they are potentially undervalued. So that's how the financials look. But then you get into some of the news that they've had. They've had revenue acceleration, no doubt. They've been growing tremendously with their revenue. But the profitability here is still getting kind of, they're turning profitability because their customer concentration is significantly coming from just enterprise clients, customers that are large data center deployments. And while the enterprise clients are good, do we see a lot of news with them getting new clients? Not so much. We see certain contracts come up here and there. They've got some different partnerships, you could say. And then you also have the revenues coming from some government clients. And it's like, as long as those things continue to stay, that's good. But you don't get a lot of announcements around their press releases that they're going to continue to see that growth. And so the problem that I would say with this company, and again, I hold this company long term. So just to preface, but when it comes to the main concern that I would have looking at TSSI today is that are there are their consistent net incomes going to remain positive, or are they going to continue to ramp revenue as they have? It's been extremely exponential over the last year here. You can see their income just ramping. If they continue this growth and they continue to double their revenue really, then we're going to see a lot of growth there. And so the insiders and the institutions and kind of looking there, not a lot of movement, a little bit more selling, a little bit more bearish, not a lot of, it's a 1.6 sell to buy ratio, not a lot of big attention on this company, not an amazing website, pretty normal, but they have good financials and they've recently sold off. Now, they're going to have a lot of small cap volatility. Yes, we'd like to say, their revenues are already at 300 million and their market cap is nearly 300 million right now. So to see them get up into 500 million to $1 billion market cap, which we have seen in the past here back in July, would make a lot of sense. So that's kind of what's attractive about them. But the volatility is that they have currently, they're very susceptible to momentum driven swings. They could see a lot of momentum kick out and they could start to sell down further all the way down to 6. And if you're not willing to weather that storm, there's a lot of risk management that needs to be kept, because the stock, yes, it's seen 3 and 4x moves very quickly. We could see it surge to $30 and continue this surge that they've been having over the last few years. And again, that's why I hold it, is just because anticipating that they should be between that $20 to $25. But you do have that potential where it's like, are you willing to maybe not have that move play out, have a 40% sell down to where we were back in March of this year, 2026, and see that into 2027, now you're holding something that's 30-40% down if they don't continue that momentum. Why would that happen? Well, again, it's just a couple $1 million in market cap. If you have something that's $1 million in market cap and somebody sells 300K, then it's going to make the stock tank 30%. Now, it might not be that that person had negative intentions. It might not be that the company is not valuable. It might be that that person that had capital wanted to allocate it somewhere else for the time being. And while this company continues to grow and prove themselves and get more revenue, then they'll start to see that momentum kick in. And there's a lot riding on their next earnings report. So their next earnings report is coming out. But one thing to consider with TSSI here, I'm going to pull up their next earnings. Let's see where it is for their calendar. Not in the next 30 days, in the next 90 days. It's going to be on August 3rd. So they have through the summer right now. And they're anticipating just around $50 million in revenue for the quarter. So they're anticipating to come in right around 50 million in revenue, and we shall see how that comes out. If they do that, then things continue to grow. We haven't seen announcements on customer contracts, so they're kind of consolidating. We could see some models here on Prophecy and see that the projections are very volatile. Some are negative 15% over the next 3 months. Some are positive 18% like Grok. The most accurate model, Claude, is anticipating 9% over the next 3 months. So one thing to note, just seeing that they continue to ramp revenue here annually, they continue to grow. They're looking like a really solid play financially, and they're in the right market. But in that assessment, to realize that they do fluctuate 20 to 30% is something to consider when you're getting into a company like TSSI, because it has that support level here, and this is what the technicals look like. The technicals are down to this previous resistance around $11 a share. And if we could see, maybe the AI also can kind of vouch for us there. Let's see over the next week here. Yeah, it's looking like 1050 to the nearest support around $11.12 a share. So that's what the AI is saying. Well, that's actually what our own analysis says when paired with the AI prophecy. And you can see that that level at $11 is going to be that previous resistance. Now, previous resistance oftentimes is going to act as a support. You see that time and time again. And a lot of times, if you're holding above the moving average, it's going to continue to be bullish. If you're below that moving average, you're seeing some bearish momentum. Now, we did get some really consistent trends where we saw it really holding above those moving averages. But with this recent volatility, this big scoop down and recovery, and then now we're back down here around this $11 price point, just watching that it holds $11 is key, because if it doesn't, you just have a lot more room for it to fall to $10.50 or $10 a share, which isn't a small decline. That's actually going to be minimum of about 10% sell down. So what you're looking for if you are watching TSSI is a couple things. You got that previous resistance level, but you also have this kind of trend that's happening here. We could see this continuation. You get this move back up into this $15 to $17, assuming that broader tech markets continue to do well, and seeing them, get carried by that. And their value is also looking really good from a financial standpoint. All those things together. Technicals, they got a support at 11. So if they hold there, starting to see them push back up above here into this EMA, that's what I'm watching here on the technicals. See if they make that move above $12 a share. When they're below this EMA, once again, that's going to be bearish. When they're holding above it, like here, you got that bullish momentum holding above and looking oftentimes like that support level is going to hold. And that RSI being oversold, the MACD being way oversold here, indicates that it's more of a buy right now. That's why we're covering it too. And so as you see them here with that potential reversal, if they do make that move back up to 14 or 13.50, it's a 22% gain back up into that $15 to $17. We're looking as high as about 55% increase from here. So there is that bullish momentum continuation for them. And they're in the right market to potentially carry on some of that momentum. And that's what we'll be watching. So again, $11 support and that potential 60% gain. But if you're in a short-term trade, you want to have a plan. You want to have things clearly mapped out, because this is a small, high volatility stock. And while the upside's huge, the risk could be huge as well. And while the long-term looks good with the financials, you could still see some serious drawdowns in the broader market and expect, 20 to 30% moves and heavy reliance on their upcoming earnings in August. So right now, the risk to reward looks quite favorable for that shorter term swing trade. So that's what we'll be watching to potentially enter in this week. And we'll be seeing if that opportunity presents itself. If you would like to see there at market open what that looks like and watch me trade live, see my entries and my exits, we invest and trade Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be there tomorrow morning at market open. If you would like to tune on in, it's going to be the second link in the description below, and you get a free t-shirt when you join. Let me know your thoughts on TSSI down below. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.